Hi everyone, it's your girl Des and I am back with another video. Today I will be doing a how to use RCMA makeup products, especially the two RCMA foundation palettes. So what's different about these foundations is that it's not your typical foundation that you see at the drugstore or at regular stores where it comes in a bottle, liquid form, individual, and then you have options of 30. It's all compact in your little, kind of looks like an eyeshadow palette. Darker shades of foundation here, as well as the lighter scheme here. The thing that I like about these is that it's compact, it's easy on the go, you can bring it, especially if you're working on clients. You have all your shades, you can mix and match, which is what I do to get my perfect color. And it is a wax-based product. Most products are either water or oil-based foundations. These ones are wax, so it lasts longer, it withstands heat, and it's just a different finish overall. So I want to show you guys how I go ahead and mix these, how I go ahead and apply them. It can be a little trickier, like I'm used to just pumping it out and using a beauty blender. Like how do I go about this? What I went ahead and did was buy a mixing palette. So it's just like a plain stainless steel palette that you can get on Amazon. It comes with a little spatula, two-ended spatula. And so as you can see, I just went in and scraped out the products that I wanted. So today I used for myself this shade, and this shade. So I have a little bit of yellow undertone, I have a little bit of pinkish undertone, but I'm also white. So I'm kind of mixing those three combos. Another thing that is great about this palette is that a little goes a long way. So I pretty much put like a pea-sized amount of like all three of those colors. And I'm gonna go ahead and use like a stippling brush, but a smaller stippling brush here to mix them together. So it might look like a very small palette. You're not getting a lot of product for the price because it is a little pricey. I think they're like $100 each. But if you're thinking I'm getting all the colors in one, then it's a really good deal. So what I go ahead and do, before I go ahead, I already applied it, but the RCMA comes with a pre-foundation lotion. I just kind of open it and use a Q-tip. Well, this one's dirty, but I use a Q-tip, go in there and put a few dots on my skin and then just kind of rub it all over. So my skin right now is prepped for the wax-based foundation. So I'm gonna go ahead and start applying. The other cool thing about this product, it's 90% pigmentation. So the color normally in regular foundation will be like maybe like 40% pigmentation, like it's not a lot of pigmentation, whereas here you have 90%, and that's why a little goes a long way and you really don't need to be applying so much. It's like a really full coverage situation. Basically, the best thing with wax-based products is to like brush it into your skin. That's why I'm using a stippling brush here and really get it all in there. You can use your beauty blender though with this too. I've done it before and it works fine. Now for the center here, I'm gonna go in with my smaller. And the other thing about this is that you can use, like, the foundation is also used as concealer. So I'm just gonna use the same color today, but like you can go ahead and like go back in your palette and see what color would be best for under eye concealer, whether you want to be putting like a more of a peach undertone and then going in with like a lighter color to color correct a little bit. You have a lot of options because you have all those colors in the palette. Okay, so like here where I feel like this little pimple needs a little more coverage, I'm gonna go back in on my palette here. There we go. This makes my skin look so healthy and glowy. I know I didn't set it yet, but the other thing that this is used for a lot, and like it's been around since 1963, it's used for camera, like films and cinema and people that are going to be on camera. So like I'm looking at myself right now, I'm like, you look good. In person, you can see a little bit more of the texture on my skin than normal foundation. But the reason for that, the reason you see this texture is because it's not like normal foundation that you would wear every day. It's more of a foundation that you would wear for photo shoots, if you're gonna be filming. It's really like a foundation for on-camera lens action. That's why I wanted to give you guys like an up-close kind of feel. Because you still see like you see my pores and everything. Obviously it doesn't help while I have like bumps everywhere. The other beauty of this palette is that you can go ahead and do the contour with it. I think I'm gonna stick with maybe this shade since it has like more of a gray undertone. Can you see that right here? It's like a taupey color. It's not too dark, but it'll be a nice shade for me. So you can either go ahead and do the same thing, grab it with a spatula, put it on your thing and do a little dip action. I would do that, especially if you're using this on clients. Like I don't go directly in with my brush because then it's just not sanitary. Okay, so I just took a little bit of that and we're gonna go right here. So it just creates like a nice shadow. So that color for me is really perfect. So it kind of just sculpts me in. And I'm gonna put whatever's left on my brush, I'm gonna just apply right here. So what's fun is that it's like a 3-in-1. You got your foundation, your concealer, and your contouring all in this one little palette. With your no color powder, it allows you to set everything in place without changing the color, so you don't have to add a bunch of powders on top of your face afterwards. I'm now going to show you the blush palette because it doesn't come in with the foundation palettes. So they have 5 different ones in this guy. I'm going to use the pinkier color, or should I go with that because of the eye? I'm gonna mix a little bit of both. I'm really just grabbing it with my finger and gonna put like little dots. My smaller stippling and just kind of drag it out. It blends in perfectly with the other products because it's basically the same product, just with different tint of color. I'm gonna go ahead and set everything in place with the no color powder. First off, I'm going to stipple once more, just the last time, everything into my skin. Make sure that everything is locked in. All the different colors I put on there. It should look exactly the same because the color will not change. So this is everything once it's set in place. You can go ahead and add more of like contour, blush if you feel with the powder it's still doable. Like I feel like a little bit of the color was washed out, but that's probably because I didn't apply enough. So you want to like exaggerate, especially if you're going to be on camera and such. So I'll do that quickly. I just like being a little extra cheeky, you know, extra cheeky. Ooh. You know, this is really not typical to what I do, but I'm kind of down for it. So that is the RCMA foundation palettes, as well as the blush palette, the pre-foundation lotion, which we also used that I didn't show, but I had already done it before the video. And the last product, the no color powder. And then it also comes with a makeup thinner. So because it's wax and it's very high pigmentation, you can drop in 1 or 2 drops. It'll thin out the foundation to act like a liquid or cream foundation, instead of, if you're not really a big fan of that and you want a little lighter, sheerer coverage, if it's someone that really has no blemishes, that you just want to like even out their skin, you can use this. So I didn't use it here because I wanted to give you the full effect, full boom coverage. But overall, what I really enjoy about this product is it's compact, it's flexible, it's diverse in colors, it's easy to carry with you. It's like a lot in one. So you have all the different shades, all the different uses. So foundation, concealer, contour, blush. You have it all in these 3 little palettes. Boom. The point of this makeup brand is natural, just looks like skin. And honestly it really does. Like after you set it all, like I was saying, you kind of still see the texture of your skin. Well, yeah, because it looks like natural skin. It looks like my skin. Yeah, it's a little like before you set it, you can tell that it's waxy. You can tell that it's not like a normal foundation that you would normally use. It's something to practice and get used to. But once you set it in place, I mean, like, so super natural. It's light, you don't really feel it. You could be sweating buckets in here and it will like stay in place. It's wax, so it's heat resistant. That's why, like, in front of the huge lights and everything, it's great. Yeah, overall it's a great investment for, let's say, beginner makeup artists who want to not break the bank but still have like everything they need essential wise, but in a small compact version. Alright guys, I think that's all for this video. Let me know if you guys have ever tried RCMA, have ever heard of it. I'm always down to hear your comments. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, like, share, subscribe.